Hello YouTube, this is part 2 of me talking about the Chaos Space Marine Collector's Edition Codex. The last video went on for an hour, so my phone automatically stopped the recording. So we're continuing on. This part is going to be significantly shorter. We're now talking about the different stratagems. We're probably going to talk about the psychic abilities, the artifacts, and then the warlord traits, and down the tactical objectives. That'll be it. Okay. Last we left off, we were talking about the Chaos Boon stratagem. It costs 1 CP to use. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. So the eye opens. That's 7. So if you roll a 7, 1 to 2d6. You get to choose one thing from the Chaos Boon, but you cannot pick Demon Hood or Spawn Hood. Blade Master. Subtract 1 from hit rolls that target a character in the fight phase. Basically, it makes your character block more, I can imagine, in terms of description. Cosmic Fate. Add +1 to all saving throws made for this character. Yeah, all saving throws. Crystalline Body, add 1 to the character's toughness characteristic. Fragment of Immortality, add 1 to the character's wounds characteristic. Then we get 12 Demon Hoods. Your character is slain, however, before removing the model as a casualty, you can add 1 Daemon Prince to your army. If you do so, set up the Daemon Prince within 6 inches of your character before removing them. Now, here's where it gets... I'm actually going to pick this up because it's starting to hurt my neck, looking down like, you know. Okay, here's where it gets... here's why the boon table is so good in this situation. Boons last for the rest of the battle. The same boon cannot be received by a model more than once. If this happens, choose a result of the model that has not yet received. If this happens, choose a result the model has not yet received, excluding Spawn them or Demon Hood. Chaos Spawn or Demon Prince created by a boon must have the same mark of chaos as the model had, if any. They do not cost any reinforcement points in a matched played game. So yeah, in a point play game, not open, in a point play game, they do not cost any extra points. That is great. That's the situation with the demonic ritual. If you're playing a competitive game, if you agree to 2,500 point army, then the demons that you're summoning as part, like the demons that you plan to summon as part of your demonic ritual, have to be within that 2,500 points. So it's significantly nerfed as opposed to what it used to be like. Now in open play it does not matter because you can technically summon as many shit as you want, but in open play you're probably going to field as many stuff as you want, and that's depending on the size of your table. So yeah. But okay, there's more things. There's Demon Shell. This costs 1 CP as well. Use this stratagem before a heretic Astartes character attacks with a bolt pistol, bolt gun. Okay, any ranged weapon. You can only make a single hit roll with the weapon or bolt gun profile this phase, which you cannot reroll. If the shot hits, the target suffers 3d mortal wounds. If the shot misses, your character suffers 3d mortal wounds. So basically you're taking one big huge gamble to wound that one person. It's a little bit of a meh, because it depends on how much you think you can injure that person in one shot. Now again, I would use this with Chaos Space Marines because wounds don't carry over. But even then, it's... Okay, this one costs 1 CP or 3 CP. Gifts of Chaos. Use this stratagem before the battle. Your army can have 1 extra artifact or of Chaos for 1 CP or 2 extra artifacts for 3. All artifacts of Chaos that you include must be different and be given to different... Oh, so they changed artifacts now they have. That would be interesting to get into. So now, I think artifacts can only be limited once per battle. Like, you can have 1 thing per battle. I'll have to read that. Oh, wow. And, oh, wow, there's loads of stratagems. Wow. Damn. Besiege the Chaos Gods. Use a stratagem at the start of any of your turns. Select a unit with the Mark of Chaos keyword that has not dedicated itself to one of the Chaos Gods. You can immediately dedicate to... basically, this allows you to complete... like, in case of emergency, so, like, you need to do it, like, an open play. Emergency demon summon. But, oh no, I have no characters that can demon summon. Boom! Spend 1 CP. Besiege the gods. Become dedicated to them. Sacrifice your movement. Summon some models. Boom! There you go. You're back in the match. So, yeah. Besiege the gods. That is very handy. Yeah? Now here's one. Blasphemous Machine. Use this stratagem just before a Heretic Astartes vehicle attacks in the shooting phase. Until the end of the phase. That vehicle can ignore penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons, or for advancing and firing assault weapons. Not bad. Veterans of the Long War. Use the stratagem when a Heretic Astartes infantry or biker unit is selected to attack in the shooting or fight phase. Excluding units from renegade chapters. You can add 1 to all wound rolls for the made for the unit until the end of the phase. Okay. So I'm just annoyed at that says no renegades. God damn it. Fury of Khorne. Use the stratagem at the end of the fight phase. Select a Heretic Astartes Khorne infantry or biker unit, and they can immediately fight again. Oh wow! So that means you can give Khorne berserkers. Oh, that means Khorne berserkers can potentially get 3 fights in a fight phase, and if they're world leaders, that's 16 attacks per fight phase. Oh my god! Oh, that is so. Oh wow. Wow. Okay, I have to have a freaking Khorne detachment now. Like, oh my god. Oh. Ah. Oh wow. Here's one for Nurgle. Grandfather's Blessings. Use the stratagem at the end of your moon phase. Select a Heretic Astartes Nurgle infantry or biker unit. One model in that unit heals 3D wounds. If there are no wounds models, just one units. Okay. That now again. These last I forgot to mention. Veterans of the Long War 1 CP. Blasphemous Machines 1 CP. Besiege Chaos Gods 1 CP. Grandfather and Fury of Nurgle. Fury of Khorne is 3 CP. Grandfather's Blessing is 2 CP. I'll be explaining CP after this, guys. Sorry. But yeah. Grandfather's Blessing is great. Not many Nurgle models that I've seen have multiple wounds, but you get a free unit. You get a free model back if there are no wounded models within that unit. So it's not bad. Plague Marines, you would think they would have more wounds, but they don't. Here's one. There's two left for the two gods. So here we go. Endless cacophony or something like that. Use this stratagem at the end of the shooting phase for head dexterity, so net infantry or bike unit. That unit can immediately shoot again. The Great Sorcerer. Use this stratagem at the end of your psychic phase. Select one heretic authority Zinj Psyker. The Psyker can immediately attempt to manifest one additional psychic power this turn. That one costs 1 CP and the Sanesh one costs 2. That's not bad. We're going to get into the psychic abilities now soon, but since Thousand Sons weren't mentioned in this codex, I can imagine they're going to get their own codex, so which means they may have some more unique psychic abilities. So yeah. So far, this could work pretty good. Tides of Traitors. Use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase. If you do, pick a unit of Chaos Cultists and remove it from the battlefield. You can then set it up again wholly within 6 inches of the edge of the battlefield and more than 9 inches from anyone else. At its full fighting strength. Okay, that's pretty handy. Because cultists are your cannon fodder. They're supposed to soak up bullets and take lots of damage. They can come into numbers, I believe, of 20 at most. Let me check here. Let me see here. Cultists. Now, a cultist squad only costs 3. If you give them an extra 9, making them 12, you can have... You can have up to 30. That's their max number. So you can have a squad of 30 cultists, just marching along, getting, weighted down as they fire their auto guns, slowly walking forward. They're like, we're coming for you, but we're slowly on the way. If there's even one left, and you spend that at the end of your movement for 2 CP, take that one model off the battlefield, set him up somewhere else on the battlefield at the edge of the table somewhere. Could be on the other side of your opponent. And there's 30 of them. Yeah. That's pretty good. Line Breaker Bombardment. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase if a Legion Chaos Vindicator is within 6 inches of 2 friendly other Vindicators. If you do so, the Vindicators cannot fire their Demolisher cannons this phase. Instead, select a visible point on the battlefield within 24 inches of all 3 vehicles. Roll the dice for each unit that is within 3 inches of that point. Add 1 to the result of the unit being rolled for. Add 1 to the result if the unit being rolled for has 10 or more models, but subtract 1 if the unit being rolled as a for a character on a 4 plus that unit source. Oh wow! That is great. So yeah, that's great. Vindicators have always been decent for when you're trying to take down groups of enemies, but this line breaker one, yeah. Oh, there's a squad of Imperial Guards coming at me. Get the Vindicators up together. Bombardment. No shooting phase. Just at the point. Count each one of them. And then you subtract and you add 1 to the result. If the unit... Now again, it says each unit within 3 inches. So that means even if there's only one model, that's even... If only one model of that unit is touching that 3 inches, that's the unit. So you can pretty much hit several units. And for each... So you add 1. Roll a die. No, it's a 50-50 regardless. But if... let's see, you add 1 if there's 10 or more models, but you subtract 1 if it's being rolled for a character. So yeah, if it's a squad of 10, add 1. So which means if you roll a 3, it still counts as a 4. If it's a character and you roll a 4, you take away 1. It's a 3, you miss. But yeah, 3D is immortal. Mortal wounds, 3D, 3 mortal wounds. Which means, bare minimum, you're dealing 3 damage to it. And at maximum, you're dealing... Oh, wow, you're dealing 9. Oh, wow. Okay, now we have one called Kill Shot. By the way, that linebacker bombardment, 1 CP. Yep, 1 CP. Now again, it'll be very costly to do in a points game, but in open play, oh wow. Actually, I think it's only in open play do you use these command points. Kill Shot. 1 command point. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase if a Legion cast Predator is within 6 inches of 2 other friendly ones. If you do so, you can add 1 to the wound and damage rolls of all the Predator's attacks that target. Of all the Predators that attacks that target, monsters and vehicles in this phase. So basically, Kill Shot and Linebreaker bombardment. That's basically you combining like these three sets of vehicles, combining their attack. Linebreaker, you have Vindicators combining their autocannons bombardment. Predators, all the Predator tanks are focusing their fire on one target. You know. Here's one for Demon Forge. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase when a Chaos Marine Daemon vehicle is chosen to attack. You can re-roll all failed to hit and wound rolls for that model until the end of the phase. Chaos Familiar. Use this stratagem to... Now see, the Familiar used to be something that you could give to Chaos Lords or Sorcerers to give them advantages for their Psychic or Combat phase. Use this stratagem at the start of your phase. Select a friendly Heretic to start your Psychic. That model can replace any of the Psychic powers with a power of your choice from the Dark Heretic's discipline. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh, my friend. See, I used to play... One of my friends found their old character from Shadowrun, and he made this really epic troll character, and he just found its old shit, and he's remembering. Oh, wow. Oh, I feel bad for him. It was a great troll. Now again, when I say troll, I don't mean as in troll, as in like he was trolling us. I mean as a troll, as an actual troll. He played a troll. That was basically also RoboCop. But okay, Flak Missile. Use this stratagem just before a friendly Heretic Astari's infantry model attacks with a unit that can fly. With a missile launcher. You can only make a single hit roll with the weapon this fight phase. However, add 1 to the hit roll, and if it hits, the target suffers 3D mortal wounds. Great for taking out pesky flyers. How much long is this video? 18 minutes. Okay, so this video is actually longer than I thought it was going to be. Forward Operative. Fire Frenzy. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase just before a Hellbrew shoots. I'm getting the sense that these next stratagems are like, okay, this from Fury of Khorne to Tide of Traitor, to Grey Sorcerer, that were stratagems specifically tailored to the gods.